Yes, children. Hello, hi. How are you all? Are you all feeling good, happy? Yes, always you should be active, energetic. Okay, children? Yes. So, children, the place now where you are, you can just wave your hands like this. Can you feel anything? What is around you actually? What is this part actually, or this space actually? It's nothing but air, isn't it? Air. So air is there all around us, isn't it? Air is there all around us, wherever we go, wherever we sit, stand, wherever. Air is there present here, on the earth where we are living. We are living on the land or on the planet Earth. It is the only planet that has life. That's why we are living on Earth, isn't it? And here there is air around us. Air, we say it's a mixture of gases, we can say. It consists of many gases. Among them, oxygen is very important because without oxygen, we won't be able to live. We can't live without oxygen. We breathe with the help of oxygen, isn't it? So air means we can feel it, but we can't see it, isn't it? You can't see anything here, but it is there. That presence, that feeling is there. We can feel it, but we can't see air, isn't it? Yes. So it is a mixture of gases. We can feel it, but we can't see it. You know, children, the layer of air surrounds the earth. It is called atmosphere, okay? Atmosphere, A-T-M-O-S-P-H-E-R-E. Atmosphere, the layer of air surrounds the earth. It is called atmosphere. Actually, atmosphere, what it does, it traps the heat of the sun. It catches that heat of the sun and helps in maintaining a right temperature on the earth. Okay, it maintains the temperature of the earth by trapping the sunlight. At the same time, it protects us like a blanket. Why we say it is a blanket of air? Blanket. But when we use blankets, yes, if there is so cool, so cold over the climate is so cold, at night we use blanket to cover ourselves, to protect us from this cool air, to feel ourselves warm, isn't it? We use blanket. Same way, atmosphere also protects like a blanket. From what? From the harmful rays of the sun. So we can say atmosphere is a layer of air around the earth, and it serves as a blanket to us because it protects us from the harmful rays of the sun. Okay, so that is why it is called a blanket of air, we say. A layer of air surrounds the earth, or a blanket of air, okay, which protects us. Then, as I said you, air is a mixture of gas. So today we are going to learn about this uses of gases in the air, and also the layers of atmosphere. In atmosphere itself we have different layers. And about air, as air is a mixture of gas, what all gases are present in the air, about those gases we are learning today. And also about water. The earth we live consists of water, isn't it? Air and water. Without this, we won't be able to live. These are the main important thing in our life. For all living organism in the earth, we need air to live. To support our life, we need oxygen. We need water, isn't it? So that is the topic for today, children. The lesson name is Air and Water. Lesson 13. Air and water. Air and water. So air is a mixture of gases. We can feel, but we can't see it, isn't it? When we feel air, wind, when wind comes, we feel air. Moving air is wind, isn't it? Yes. So air is mixture of gases. There are different gases present in the air. And atmosphere is the layer of air surrounds the earth. It protects us like a blanket. Why? Because it is protecting us from the harmful rays of the sun. There it serves as a blanket for us. So the harmful rays of the sun won't reach us. Okay. At the same time, it traps the sunlight and that heat of the sun, and maintain a right temperature for the living organism on the earth. The temperature we need, sunlight we need, but there are some sun rays which are harmful to our body. So atmosphere is protecting as a blanket to prevent this harmful rays to reach here. So here we have different layers of atmosphere. So we are going to learn about different layers of atmosphere. Okay, children? Yes, children. So it's time to warm up. Can you write a good caption for the picture? You can see a picture here, isn't it? What is there in the picture? Or what is there in the image? Let's see. Yes, see and tell me. You can see a woman throwing water from the bucket from the top floor, and a man on the other floor, down floor, is trying to save that water, take that water, and what he is doing, he is watering the plants, isn't it? So from this image, what lesson can you learn, or what did you understand from the image? Yes, we should not waste water, or the waste water we can use for watering the plants, isn't it? So can you give a caption, a heading for this image, children? Think and tell the caption. Yes, save water. We can write like that, isn't it? Yes. Now, the atmosphere. As I said you, atmosphere is a layer of air surrounds the earth. So we are learning about the atmosphere. Earth is the only planet in the solar system with an atmosphere that can sustain life. Earth is the only planet that has life. So that's why we are living on the earth. And it has an atmosphere, we say. A layer of air is there that supports life. The blanket of gases not only contains the air that we breathe, but also protects us from the blast of heat and radiation emanating from the sun. Means the layer of air, or the blanket of gases of air, that means the atmosphere. We need atmosphere, or the layer of air, not only to breathe. We breathe, we need oxygen, we need air to breathe. So not only it is helping us to breathe, but also protects us from the blast of heat, the strong heat and radiation, the harmful rays of the sun. This rays of the sun, if it happens to fall on our body, what happens? It got damaged. It will get damaged to our cells. Cells picks up our body. So we get body problems, health issues. It is so dangerous to our body. That's why atmosphere is protecting us, that blanket, like a blanket, so that this harmful rays should not reach us. It warms the planet day by day and cools it at night. Atmosphere warms the planet daytime, and at night time it cools. It maintains the correct temperature in daytime and night time. Now, the gases in Earth's atmosphere. Which are the gases present in the Earth atmosphere? Let's see. Nitrogen, 78%. Nitrogen. How many percentage of nitrogen we can see in the atmosphere? 78% of nitrogen. Then oxygen is there. Oxygen is there. How much? 21% of oxygen is there. Next is argon and carbon dioxide. In small quantity we can see argon and carbon dioxide. These are the other gases that present in the air. The main gases we can tell it as nitrogen and oxygen. The Other gases like argon and carbon dioxide also present in the atmosphere in smaller quantities. Water vapor and other gases exist in small amounts as well. Again, water vapor and smaller other gases also present in the atmosphere. Water vapor also it presents in the atmosphere and also other gases. So main gas we say nitrogen and oxygen. What is in the atmosphere? Now let us see what is there in the atmosphere. The Earth atmosphere is divided up into 5 major layers. So atmosphere of the Earth or Earth atmosphere has divided into 5 layers we say. There are different layers in the atmosphere. The layers of atmosphere. We are going to learn about the different layers of atmosphere, and actually there are 5 major layers in atmosphere. Okay, so the main thing is atmosphere is the layer of air surrounds the Earth, and in atmosphere we can see different kinds of gases. The main gases present in the atmosphere is nitrogen and oxygen, and there are other gases present in the atmosphere in small quantities including argon, then carbon dioxide, then water vapor also present in the atmosphere. And in atmosphere there are 5 major layers. So now we are going to learn about the 5 layers of atmosphere. Yes children, so the layers of atmosphere. Exosphere. The last layer is the thinnest layer. It goes all the way to 10,000 kilometers above the Earth's surface. From the Earth it is how much away? 10,000 kilometers away. The last layer, or we can say the outermost layer of the atmosphere is exosphere. Outermost layer we say. The outermost layer. Suppose this is the Earth. Think this as Earth. Okay, Earth. Above there are different layers I said, isn't it? Layers of atmosphere. There are different layers of atmosphere present in the Earth. 5 major layers are there in the atmosphere. How many layers are there? 5. 1, 2, 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, 5 major layers are there. The outermost layer, it is nothing but exosphere. Here we can see exosphere. The outermost layer we say, exosphere, and it is away from the Earth. At how many kilometers away? 10,000 kilometers away from the Earth. The outer layer we say. Next, thermosphere. Thermosphere is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth layer is the thermosphere. Here we can see the thermosphere layer. It is the next, and the air is very thin here. Temperatures get extremely hot in the thermosphere, or we can say it is the hottest region of the atmosphere. This region is the hottest region. Thermosphere is the hottest region, we can say. Hottest region of the atmosphere is thermosphere. Just below the exosphere we can see thermosphere, this layer. Hottest region of atmosphere is this layer. Okay. Then comes mesosphere. Here it covers the next 50 miles beyond the stratosphere. This is the stratosphere. Okay children, stratosphere. So this mesosphere covers the next 50 miles beyond the stratosphere. After stratosphere, after second layer, we can see the mesosphere. This is where the meteors burn up upon entry. Meteors means small rocks, children. Small rocks that moving about in space. Small rocks are the meteors. They move about in the space and they burn out in this layer itself. They burn out and they do not hit the earth, because in this layer itself it gets burned. Otherwise it comes to the earth and we get some problem. But these small rocks, what happens there itself, in this layer itself, it gets burned up and it does not come and hit the earth. Okay. So that is about mesosphere. Okay, the coldest place on earth is at the top of the mesosphere, or we can say it is the coldest region of the atmosphere. This is the coldest region of the atmosphere. Which layer? Mesosphere. Okay, so exosphere is the outermost layer, the thin layer we say. Then after that, thermosphere, it is the hottest region of the atmosphere. Then comes mesosphere, it is the coldest region of the atmosphere we say. Here what happens, the meteors, small rocks, they move up in this layer and they burn up and they do not hit the earth. Then next comes the stratosphere. Stratosphere extends for the next 32 miles after troposphere. Troposphere is the first layer. Troposphere. Okay. Then, unlike the troposphere, the stratosphere gets its heat by the ozone layer absorbing radiation from the sun. The stratosphere it has ozone layer. In this layer, we can find ozone layer. This ozone layer, what it does means it protects us from the harmful rays of the sun. Okay. So, stratosphere gets its heat by the ozone layer absorbing radiation from the sun. This ozone layer absorbs the harmful rays, or we say radiations, from the sun. That's why stratosphere is getting more heat. In stratosphere, the ozone layer is present and it is protecting the earth actually from the harmful radiation. I told you atmosphere serves as a blanket because it is protecting us from the harmful radiation from the sun. So which layer of atmosphere does this work? Yes, this layer. Okay. Then as a result, it gets warmer and further away you get from the earth. So here, because of this ozone layer presence, stratosphere gets warm up, heat. Weather balloons go as high as the stratosphere. Here weather balloons go as high. Here in stratosphere it will go as high balloons, or we can say here clouds are very rare. We can't able to find clouds over here. We can find aircraft flying also. Okay, otherwise we say weather balloons go as high. Then next come troposphere. It is the lowest layer we say, or the first layer, troposphere. Next to the ground on the surface of the earth. Next to the ground or the surface of the earth itself we can find troposphere. Okay children, first layer. It covers around 30,000 to 50,000 feet high. This is where we live and even where planes fly. Here this layer we can say is the next to the surface of the earth, or on the surface of the earth itself we can see troposphere layer, and here itself is a place where we live and even the planes fly from here, and around 80% of the mass of atmosphere is in the troposphere. Then troposphere is heated by the surface of the earth. It gets heat by the surface of the earth. All this weather changes happens in troposphere. We can say weather change. All weather change happens in troposphere we say. That's why we are experiencing that conditions of weather, different season we experience. So that happens in this layer. Actually we are living in this layer, just the surface of the earth, troposphere layer is there. So all the weather change happens in troposphere. Plane starts to fly from here, and actually they are flying here in this layer because here clouds are very rare. We're in stratosphere, so aeroplanes can fly easily. Okay, so children, so we are learning about the different layers of the atmosphere. Atmosphere is the layer of air surrounds the earth, and in atmosphere itself we can see 5 major layers, 5 main layers of atmosphere. So the layer which is just above the earth or on the surface of the earth is troposphere. Here is the place where we live. So all the weather changes happens in troposphere we say. Weather change all happens in troposphere. It's a layer where we live. Okay. After the troposphere, we can see the layer stratosphere, or the second layer is the stratosphere, we say. And here what happens, because of the ozone layer, the stratosphere gets heated up, or we say it's get warm. Why? Because ozone layer protects the earth from the harmful radiation of the sun. So because of the presence of this layer here, the stratosphere gets heated up or warm up. Then after stratosphere is mesosphere. Mesosphere, we say it is the coldest region of the atmosphere. Mesosphere is the coldest region of the atmosphere. And here what happens, the meteors, means the small rocks move in this layer and they burns up in the layer itself, so it do not come to the earth and hit it. So meteors we can see here. Then thermosphere is the hottest above the mesosphere, the hottest region of the atmosphere, we say. And the outermost layer, the thinnest layer of the atmosphere is exosphere. Okay, so which are the 5 layers of atmosphere, children? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Okay.